Hi, my name is Tomsecret. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to build amazing self-confidence. Now, why does most of the people in the world they lack of self-confidence? It is because most people they don't trust themselves. Now, why don't we trust ourselves? The main reason is because when you were young, if you have grown up with people, let's say your brothers and sisters or your parents, or you used to hang around with people that were lack of self-esteem, they try to project their own values onto you. So that means if you're about to try something, even if at a young age, and you used to hear that, don't try that, that doesn't work, or don't even try that because you fail with it. Or I have seen people telling their child, that don't run because you're gonna get sweaty, and their child looked like someone who has swallowed another kid because that child was so overweight. When you looked at the kid, you thought that child actually is like 14 years old because she was in the same weight, but actually that kid was only 7 years old, weighing exactly the same as a 14 years old. So that is crazy. So what builds up really your self-confidence, or what determines whether do you have good self-confidence or not, is whether have you got self-respect, do you trust yourself enough, what are your values, so what have you learned basically from your parents or your grandparents, and what sort of people have you surrounded yourself with. And the main factor that will determine is what sort of experiences did you go through in your life. For example, if you have been overweight and you used to go to school, now they might make fun of you. For example, I used to wear glasses and my glasses were so thick. They used to try to make fun of me. Like for me, it made me stronger. It made me tougher. I had to toughen up because I knew most of the people were against me because I was different in some sort of way. I had much thicker glasses. But unfortunately, most of the people, rather than toughening up, when they make fun of them, they sort of close themselves in, just like a flower, closes in at night. And they sort of get wounds that last for the rest of their life. So only 10% of the people will get tougher from, experiencing lots of pain, just like I did. 90% of the people, they're gonna make all sorts of excuses why not to toughen up. They're gonna say, oh, it's not my fault because I'm in these circumstances, it's the government's fault. They might gonna say it's the other people's fault because they made fun of them. So, you have to toughen up and you have to get yourself together. Now, how can you build great self-confidence? I think the number one reason why most people, they don't have self-confidence or they're not self-confident is because they don't keep their promises to themselves and to others either. So for example, if I promise myself I'm gonna do 100 sit-ups or 100 press-ups today, I'm not gonna go to sleep until I have done that 100 sit-ups or press-ups. So if you promise to yourself you're gonna read a book and you don't do it, and you do this quite often, when you promise something to yourself and you don't do it, you send a specific message to your brain, you don't trust you anymore. So actually, you don't trust yourself. That's why you don't have self-confidence. Look at most of the people, when it comes to the New Year's resolution, every single people is so excited, they saying their goals to their friends, to their family. And what happens after a few months? In the end of the January, they don't keep they promised to themselves. So of course they're not going to have self-confidence. they're not going to be confident people. Why would they be confident, if they can't even keep a single promise to themselves? I used to be like that. I used to be like a big time procrastinator. When I had to do something, I just used to tell myself like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But when tomorrow came, I said the same again, and I would just keep saying over and over and over again the same things that I'm gonna do tomorrow. So actually, I realized I become like a big time procrastinator, and this is the thing that can take someone's self-confidence down. So you might ask the question like, Tom, come on, tell me, how can I build my self-confidence? So simple, make yourself trust in yourself again by keeping your promises to yourself. Okay? Even if it's just like a simple thing. If you say you're gonna do something today, make sure you're gonna do that today. You see, I think this is a really big problem in today's society. Most people, they don't keep their word to themselves nor to others, and it's a bad thing. How can you look up to yourself, or how can you look in the mirror if you don't even keep the promises to yourself? So you might have a goal that you want to lose 10 pounds within 3 months. If you have done everything for it to lose that weight and you were not able to do it, that's fine, because you did your best. So eventually it's just gonna take you more time to get there. But if you haven't done fuck all to lose that weight, shame on you. That's why you are in your life where you are at right now, because you can't even deliver on a simple thing. Now some of you might gonna say, oh, it's really hard to lose that 10 pound, it's almost impossible for me. I have tried it before and I have tried everything. Well, if you would have tried everything, you wouldn't be overweight. So don't bullshit yourself, right? It's just another excuse for yourself why you cannot make it. And if you look at things like, oh, it's difficult and it's hard to lose 10 pounds, that's exactly the reason why you cannot lose that 10 pounds, because you keep telling yourself it's hard. You need to get your brain, rewire your brain. It's easy for you to lose that 10 pounds, and you need to also rewire your brain, or to set your brain that you're gonna do everything for it to achieve your goal. Because let's be honest with ourselves, most people, they don't do these things because they don't really want to lose weight. If your life would depend on it, if someone would come to you and hold a gun to your head and they would tell you, look, if you're not gonna lose weight, I will kill you and your whole family, including your daughter, your son, your uncles, everyone, trust me, you would not make that excuse. You wouldn't make no excuses anymore. You would just do it. You would be on a treadmill, you would be running in a park, you would doing press-ups, you would do sit-ups and all these things. So if you cannot achieve something, it is because you don't want it bad enough. And that's the reason why most people, they come up with all the excuses. Why can't they be successful? Why cannot they lose weight? Why do they don't have money? Because they're not willing to make the sacrifice to achieve their goals. So today I'm gonna give you a step-by-step simple exercise how you can build your self-esteem. Okay, number 1, identify who you are today. Be brutally honest. If you're fat, tell yourself you're fat. You don't say I'm overweight. Tell yourself you are fucking fat and you need to lose that weight, or you are fucking poor, you need to make more money. Okay, so once you have identified where you are in your life, set goals. Where do you want to be? What is it that you want to achieve in your life? And stick to those goals no matter what. You can actually create action steps What is it exactly that you want to do the next 2 months, the next 6 months, the next year, and the next 5 years? Okay? Set goals for yourself that you're gonna stick to no matter what. Don't make excuses, don't bullshit yourself, just fucking do it. Next, doesn't matter what you do, make sure you deliver on your promises that you make to others or to yourself. That is the only way how you can build great self-esteem. So as I said, if you tell yourself you're gonna do something today, do it. If you promise someone that you're gonna be there, show up. Okay? As simple as that. It's not rocket science, right? Just get yourself together, and good luck with building great self-esteem in your life. By the way, if you like this video, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna create amazing content just like this to help